I decided to take a college philosophy course. Um, I wouldn't have expected that I would like it, but I got into the class and noticed that there were 8 total points possible. There were only 2 assignments, both of which were a paper that you had 4 points. So if even if you do 3/4 of it and it's great, you still have almost a D. So I automatically was almost floored because I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to mess up everything. My GPA, it was going to, I thought that it was going to destroy me. And I probably hit a pretty low point. My house looked like a disaster. I didn't do anything but eat, sleep, and work on this philosophy paper. Of course, the first one, I turned it in, and before I turned it in, the professor would look over them and then either tell you if you needed to make corrections or if he would accept it then. 2 to 3 times, he told me that it was horrible, that I needed to start over. So remember, this is like a 5 to 6 page paper. That's a lot of time. And that's why it took so long. But eventually, he said that, I could turn it in. And the grade eventually came back and I got an A. Now, keep in mind, he never tells you what kind of A that means. So I didn't know if I got all of the points or whatever, but I got an A. That's all that mattered to me. And then it came again. And I think the thing that I learned from it once I got to the end of the class, and I did end up making an A by the hair of my everything. But I think it's probably been one of the best classes that I've taken. It was the first time since maybe elementary school or sixth grade that I was actually having to work for an A, that I didn't just expect to get a good grade. I literally had to work every ounce of my being to make it possible. I learned a lot. Philosophy is not a class that you take that you learn something like math of how to add or how to subtract or how to find the derivative of an equation or function, but it taught me a different way to look at the world. It taught me a different way to think, and I'm very, very grateful.